this so you can get the camera. All right, so this is the the table saw. It's good for cutting long pieces of plywood in a straight line. Right here we have what's called the fence. This is kind of your guide. There's ruler markings here, so you can set it. So if we want to cut this in a 4-inch strip, I can set it off the ruler. One caveat to that, sometimes blades can vary a little bit, call it a different kerf. So I recommend finding a ruler or a tape measure if your project has fine tolerances, and measure actually from the blade, the nearest cutting edge to the fence, and that will give you the most accurate. Okay. Also, when you order materials, account for that kerf, because you're going to take about an 1/8 inch of material off. So if you're cutting an 8 foot and you're trying to get 2 full 4-foot sections, you're actually going to be about a 1/16 off on each side, or you're going to be a whole 1/8 off on one side if you don't split the difference. So just account for that in your materials when you're cutting. These guards stay down at all times. There's also anti-kickback. These cleats will grab the wood as it passes through them and prevent the saw blade from accidentally throwing it back towards the operator. The other important safety item is a push block, push stick. This one's kind of fancy, it's been machined. You could also grab a 2x4, use this. Big thing is keep all your fingers, hands, toes, anything away from the blade, because it doesn't discriminate. It will take whatever you put through it and it will cut it. So for that, we have the go button, which is also the stop button. To turn it on, you just pull it towards you. It'll activate it. If anything goes wrong, first thing to do, stop the blade, keep it from turning. Then you can worry about getting your part out if it got caught or anything. But just for safety, you don't want to do any fine adjustments or anything with it operating. So, all right. So now we'll go ahead and switch this. So I take my material. I want a straight edge to start with. This edge has been cut. This one looks like it's still factory. So I'll push it along the fence and I'll get it started. Keeping my hands well away from it. Pushing it with a little pressure against the fence to keep it aligned. And then with my push stick. Pushing it clear. Stop the blade, and then I can retrieve my materials on the other side. If you have a lot to do, you can stack them on the other side, run multiple through. Just beware when you're done pushing things through, turn off the blade before you do any other actions.
Okay.